What's going on, everybody? A little Glory Hunter rant on wehen wiesbaden. As far as I know, I am the only English-speaking wehen wiesbaden YouTuber. And today, we don't particularly have good news, but we have expected news. Our striker, Yvonne Platine, joins FC Union over there, Berlin. First thing I want to say right off the bat, congratulations to Yvonne Platine. He's 28 years old. And look, at this age, the chance to move to a first-year club, there's really no other option for him. I knew once we got relegated that Platine, and pretty much everybody else knew, Platine was going to go somewhere else. He's been a huge factor for us since he came to the club in 2022. He was a big part, being the lead goal scorer for wehen wiesbaden in their promotion. And he bagged 15 this year, even ended up getting a brace in the Deutsche Pokal, playing in Leipzig. This was completely expected. And by no means am I shaming him for leaving or shaming any past performances or things of that nature. I'm disappointed. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm going to miss Yvonne. He gave me a lot of headaches and a lot of joy. And I think it's only right to kind of send him off the right way. Thanks for being a part of the club, and all the best to you as you move on to the first league, which honestly, I think you belong there. The thing that's really interesting about this transfer is he was rumored to go to maybe a higher second league club. Hamburg was supposedly in the mix at one point. I thought that might be a good fit for him. But look, your expiration date is around 26. It's like that way in Football Manager too. You don't really grow that much more after that age. He's 28, and this is the best chance, really, to get in the first league, to make the money that one can make. Most football players, it's pretty much their body changes dramatically at the age of 32. This is again a good move for Yvonne Platine. Now, the money was not disclosed to Wiesbaden, and this is the second time this happened, because if you don't remember this guy, Benedikt Hallerbach, he will be joining Benedikt Hallerbach, and I really wonder if FC Union really pays a lot of attention to what's going on over here in Wiesbaden, because these guys really click. This could be a potential weapon for them. I mean, this is a huge promotion for Yvonne Platine, and to jump from the third league to the first league, not unlike Benedikt Hallerbach did. And maybe they're looking for some of that magic. Maybe that can work at the first level. I don't know. And it really shows you how much you sort of need to make the jump from the third to the second league and beyond. And making that jump, you need players that probably don't belong in that league to get promoted. Now, when Holly went up to the first league, he was actually left off the Champions League roster, which FC Union had qualified for the previous year. And last year for FC Union has been nothing short of a disaster. To go to the Champions League and just barely make it, keep from being relegated into the second. It was a very rough year for them. And when Holly went up there, he wasn't treated all that well, and he wasn't given much of a chance. There were 2 coaching changes next year, and they're getting a third. I really hope that they give these 2 guys a chance. I'm sure it's going to depend on how they perform in camp, but I mean, I've seen it myself. These 2 can be dangerous, very, very dangerous. With their contrasting styles, and they can put it in the back of the net. Can they do it in the first level? I don't know. Benedikt Hallerbach scored a key goal for Union at the end of the season that kept them from being relegated. They're clutch guys, and they can really perform. It's unproven in the first, but I really hope for Yvonne's sake and on Mr. Hallerbach's case that this thing really does better for them, because I like these guys, and I don't mind Union all that much. And I guess the best part of Yvonne going to the first league is I don't get to see him score against my team. So yeah, good luck there. And take a look at Yvonne Platine's career. He started off at Hajduk Split, went down to 2, went to Schaffenhausen there. We got him a free transfer from Olympia. I don't think that he's really been, I don't know if he's underrated or poorly coached. It really kind of took him a long time. It really wasn't until Wiesbaden to where he really got going. And again, I think he's a first league guy, and I think that can definitely click. Certainly it's going to be a lot rougher. I don't expect him to score more than 10 goals. That would be a huge thing. But if he could put in 7 or 8, I think maybe he's done his job. It's not like FC Union is a big goal scoring team, but who knows? Maybe some guys, they age like wine, and this could really click for them. And I hope so. I paid attention. I watched as many Union games as I could because I got his jersey on. Holly's my favorite player and kind of still is. But yeah, I think this could be spectacular for them. And what does that mean for us? I think it's absolutely imperative that we keep our center backs. Guys like Martin Aga, obviously Sasha Mockenhop can move in the center back position. Florian Stritzel absolutely must stay, even though we probably could get a lot of money for him at this stage, considering he was one of the best goalies in the second league last year. But if we have any chance at all, guys like Stritzel, Mockenhop, Aga, Mathis, and certainly Mr. Alexander Vukotic have to stay. Now, these guys are locked up in contracts, but you don't know how much noise they're going to make during the season. I'm sure they're not looking forward to play in the third league. Good news is, I almost think that, if they make noise or not, I think Wiesbaden's got to lean on these guys and keep them down there if they have any chance for promotion whatsoever. Now, defense wasn't the problem last year. It was offense. So you really got to hope that the moves they've made thus far in the forward position, in the striker position, and even in the playmaking midfield or offensive midfield, they have to click. So you really, it's football manager time for Wiesbaden. They have to make the right clicks. They brought some guys up. Look, they're fourth league guys. I don't know, but look, there's diamonds in the dirt down there. I think FC Union found a diamond in the dirt with Yvonne Platine. So it's imperative that the goal scoring clicks. And I don't care how good your coach is. If you can't put it in the back of the net, it's just that simple. Our defense is as good as any defense in the second league. I think most people would agree with that. But it really does matter if they can find guys, playmakers, and guys that can finish. That's it. So I haven't heard any rumors about a Vukotic, which would be a huge blow. I heard about people looking at him, or Martin Aga, or probably our future captain, Marcus Matheson, Dane. But these guys were really the heart of the team, of course, with Florian Stritzel, our shot stopper, who had a fantastic season. Only really played a little less than half the season during 22-23 to get us to promotion. The core defense is there. They have to find guys. Management has to find guys that are able to function in the third league and put it in the back of the net. Otherwise, no promotion. It took us, 3 years to get back? 2 years to get back? Yeah, I think it was 3, actually. So it's really just that simple. And hopefully they have some talent down there. We can bring somebody in. Maybe we have it in our own club already and don't know it. Maybe somebody from the U teams, and that's pretty much it. That's all it's going to take. Now, I'm still suffering from our relegation, but I think once the season starts, I'll get ready to go. I hope it's not a frustrating season. I do believe certainly in the defense, and I want these guys to dazzle me. This season was really disappointing in a lot of ways because we showed signs. I remember in camp, like with Keenan Bennett, like, wow, we didn't have a player like Keenan Bennett, but then he got hurt. And, we brought other guys in that really just couldn't, they weren't playmakers. We really lost something with absence of Johannes Wirtz. Johannes Wirtz was our playmaker. He's the guy that served the batons in the hollow box. They weren't able to replace him before the deadline. He ended up going to Finland for nothing. And perhaps because he was 32, they didn't want to take him up to the second league. I think that if that was the case, it was a huge mistake. And it turned out to be a huge mistake for him if he wanted to leave, because I think the Finnish team he went through some kind of liquidation thing, and now he's at Freiburg too. Probably actually may end up seeing him this year. So you look, the hardest guys to find are the ones with offensive gifts, because you can't really teach what they do. It's got to come somewhat natural. It's got to come from the creative part of the brain, and then they have the athleticism to execute. So really hoping because I'm sure Wiesbaden will be a factor in the third league. I can't imagine they wouldn't. But I think we'll find out real quick where they're going to stand if they have even a sniff at promotion, even before Christmas. If they don't have guys to put in the back of the net, they're going to finish mid to upper mid table. Last but not least, the coaching situation has not been resolved for wehen Wiesbaden. They're hearing that they might look internally and keep Mr. Doring at his position. I got mixed feelings about this. I'll give you the bad part of it. Me personally, I want a completely new vision. I want everybody fired across the board. I want new tactics, new vision, new ideas. And the best way to do that is start with a new coaching staff. That is a little risky, however. I do admit that. Now, here's the good thing about with Niels Doring, especially playing Africanos at the end. That guy spent way too much time on the bench. I think it was a huge mistake by Coach Kaczynski, as much as I loved him. But yeah, maybe he'll give these guys a little bit more time to gel up front instead of tinkering every week. That would be great. And in fairness to Niels Doring, he was brought in two horrible situations right before relegation, and he wasn't able to pull them out, and he doesn't have a winning record. I like the fact that he's a bit of a hothead. I think any prima donnas would be shut down lightning quick. I like discipline. I don't like your friend. I like your coach isn't your friend. I like that. It really, I don't really think it matters all that much at this point. I think they'll end up going with the less risky proposal, and I think they'll keep Niels Doring. I'm not going to cry over it, not going to get mad at it, but there's a part of me that wants to start fresh, but that probably costs money, and money's not something that this club has a lot of. So all the best. Remember, I'm the only English-speaking wehen Wiesbaden YouTuber on the planet, and I will continue to be with more rants right here on Glory Hunters. See you soon.